Welcome to Never Have I Ever number 11. I'm so excited to have this star-studded cast of friends and comics and porn stars with me here tonight. Starting out on my whatever side this is, he is the host of the Just Joking podcast, comedian Kevin Dombrowski in the house.
Porn star Kevin Dombrowski, thank you.
Porn star, I'm so sorry. Yes, we've all started OnlyFans in this horrible climate.
I've been fucked by the industry, I tell you. I've been fucked.
Time to fuck them back. And to my right, I lost my space.
There's nobody on your right.
There's no. Oh, right, this side. Star of Lightning Strikes, and check out her OnlyFans, Sophia West.
Thank you for having me.
Sophia, you're confusing me with that other name on your computer. All right, but it's okay. All right, cool. And down and to the left, we have a good friend of mine, a fellow redhead, host of of Dear Pod, which is a comedy advice podcast, Erin Maguire.
Or Val.
My safe word. All right, cool. And in the middle square, I've known this guy for years. He is just a treat of the upstate comedy scene. He is the co-host of the Resistance is Dumb podcast, comedian Frances Gunn. Oh, now he's over there. You're switching it up, guys.
Howdy, howdy.
Hi, Frances. Ooh, a third redhead. This is the most amount of redheads I've ever had.
Well, wait till I take my pants off, Chrissy. You can't tell from the drapes.
It's gonna be too much. Okay, what's going on with that screen? All right, here we go.
Careful. Like an Irish hate group all of a
in
sudden.
the center square now, you've seen him on Ginormous Food on the Food Network. Josh Denny.
Hey guys.
Hi guys. Hi guys. I love the lighting. It's like you're in a dentist office.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's this Twilight masturbation lighting. This is like.
Yeah. It's good.
Golden
And
hour.
to this way and to the right, he's the host of the New York City Crime Report on Compound Media, Mr. Pat Dixon. What's going on?
Thanks, Chrissy. Pleasure to be here. How
Are
are
you doing
Thanks for
a green
having me.
screen with Hillary Clinton? What's going on there?
I don't know how to
drugs.
operate any of this stuff. I don't know. It's like, that's.
Oh my God.
I guess
None
it
of
is,
us.
right?
It's only been 4 months of Zoom comedy, and still so many of us haven't figured out.
Pat looks like he's gonna quote The Catcher in the Rye as soon as he pulls the trigger. It's a fucking very dark face. You're underneath the stairwell right now.
He looks like he's in a
Very
black
dim.
light room where you have to develop
Yeah.
photographs.
I'm doing all
real-
kinds of shady stuff here, Aaron. I mean,
Seriously, Pat, you look like
I'm
you're at
up
a
to no good.
Pizzagate party right now. Like it's the black lights, it's Hillary.
It's
pretty-
Amsterdam.
Yeah.
It looks like Nicolas Yeah. Cage and Joaquin Phoenix are about to Thank you. walk in from 8mm and ask him where Machine is. Very kind assessment.
Yes. All right,
last
Carmela,
but-
you do one now.
And last but not least, the horny homegirl, the Latin honey, the queen of sweaty sex. Check out her OnlyFans. She just put out a scene with Luna Star, so that's going to be coming out soon. Carmela Clutch.
Hey guys, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for bringing your cleavage.
Ooh, yes,
That's
I can make 'em
important.
jump.
That's important, guys.
Oh my God, let me try.
Yes, everyone try.
Can you do them individually? We'll do them 1, 2,
It
3,
hurt.
4.
Carmela, you can
Erin,
actually
you're gonna pull a
move
muscle.
your boobs.
Oh, she can crack a walnut with those babies.
Right.
Wow. You really
Like-
could. I feel like you could open a door with that, you know?
It's like Christmas
I could
dinner at
definitely
my
knock
house,
someone out
Pat.
with them.
Or somebody would open the door for her.
Yeah, for sure. You could get anybody to do anything for you with that. going
No,
on.
it's
Where did Valerie go?
You know, the funny thing is, a friend of mine had a baby recently. She's my goddaughter, and when she had first been born, I went to go see her, of course, and it's been a couple of months. She's breastfeeding, obviously, and she kept grabbing me instead of her mom because I have a more prominent. I have a bigger rack than her mom, so she kept grabbing me instead of grabbing her mom to try and feed. And I was like, "Oh, honey, there's no milk in there. I'm so sorry."
Were you
You
in a
got the
different
wrong one.
room?
I'm sorry.
Were you in a different room?
I could have been. I really could have been.
They starve.
When I walk in, my chest walks in first, and my ass last.
They're also the first to know if it's raining.
Yeah.
Yes,
All right.
they are. There's 30% chance that it might be raining.
All right, as
It's
we're waiting
humidity.
for Sophia to find her way, I hope Sophia's not lost somewhere in Zoom.
I think she
Zoomy
actually
land.
got lost in Carmela's cleavage. To be
So
honest, I
just
think
pop
her.
out.
Sophia,
Fine.
come out and play. Let's go. Come on.
Carmela, have you ever
Joking.
worked with Sophia?
No, I don't think I have.
Oh, okay, cool,
I
cool.
don't believe I have. Not yet. But
I
there's always
guess.
a time for something. This will be
Oh,
the
yeah.
introduction.
Oh yeah, for
And then
sure.
like everybody can follow the whole
Well, this
story. of
might
how
be
we
the
get to know
time.
each other.
Yeah.
I've worked with all of them, but only over Zoom. So
Your
You've
hand
worked
has
with them, but they
them.
haven't worked with you.
correct. Yeah. So one way. Yeah, we're both filming.
Yeah.
But you don't know
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
It's like a one-way
He's
mirror.
in my father's rec room. There's something 1980s about that in your backlight.
Oh yeah. No. It's,
Wait, Josh, are
I'm
you
in
also
the
a
80s.
redhead?
Of course, you didn't know that.
Oh my god, I booked 3 redheads on this show.
This is
Yeah. When do we? By the
You-
way, when do we start talking about the problems
You
with people of color? I was waiting for the.
That
The
is not
rally
what
to
this
start.
Zoom is about. Nobody is here for race
Never
relations.
have
We
I
can-
ever.
Right. All right. We lost both our porn stars. This is not good. All right. Carmela's coming back. All right, guys. We all know the rules, right?
No.
You're going to say never have I ever and then anything. It can be sexual. It doesn't have to be. But it should be something that you have done. And then whoever has done that thing, take a drink. And then we tell stories of who has the best life and so forth. And that's how we
Wait, it
learn
should
about
be
each other.
something that you
Ooh.
have done?
Can I
Is
see
that
who
right?
starts? Is that what
what
Yeah,
you're saying?
yeah. It should be something that you have done because then you run the risk of no one having done it and then
Okay.
it's an awkward silence. But again, this
Okay.
is Zoom,
Let's
so
see.
that may happen
I'll do
anyway.
it. I
Yeah,
totally got
Carmela,
one.
she's
I got
raring
one
to go.
Oh,
I hope
God.
you're not
my
driving to your next interview.
No, I actually have. I'm so lucky. I have a friend of mine that's going to be driving me. Thank God.
Oh,
because
good.
I'm like,
Okay.
oh shit! What am I going to do? All right. So I guess I just started. Get it cracking,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Get it cracking, girl.
All right. So never have I ever, and this actually happened. Never have I ever lost an anal plug in my ass during sex, and found it the next day.
There's so many parts to that.
Well, I mean, lost an anal plug in your ass.
Wait, we drink if we have or we haven't.
if you drink, if you've done it.
Okay.
Ah.
Just set the cup down forever.
Yeah.
If we drink if we want to,
Yeah.
Yeah, how
Can
long
I
do you have to
drink?
wait?
Can I
Yeah.
drink if I think someone's done it? Josh.
If you
Well, you know
aspire
I
to
did
lose
it, so you
a
can
butt
drink
plug.
to that.
can you explain
yeah, yeah,
lost?
yeah.
Could I explain what?
Lost.
Lost. So I was involved in a 3-way with Rico Strong and Cali Caliente.
Oh,
And I
Rico.
had an anal
Yeah, good
plug.
guy.
The scene is
Yeah,
set.
and I had an anal plug in, and I was so turned on that my ass just opened up and swallowed it. I thought I pushed it out, so I went through the rest of the scene, not even
Ah.
thinking
Drinking.
about it, just like whatever. And I thought that it got lost in the
You thought
sheet
you were-
somewhere, and I figured, okay, it's lost forever, whatever. I
Wow.
noticed in the middle of the night that I felt really uncomfortable, and I went and checked, and apparently my booty had swallowed the plug. I was so turned on that it just, and I have video of it. My butt just kind of like, and gave and took it in, and so
You
now
thought
I'm
you were
gonna
on
drink.
ginormous food.
And
I
that's
was
what
gonna
happens
say,
if you
my-
don't
my
feed
asshole
it.
You
hasn't
haven't seen
opened
my
up
ass
like that
yet. That's
since
why.
Thanksgiving.
It's only because
So-
you haven't seen my ass yet. That's the only reason why you think my boobs are the big thing.
So
Can
your
I tell
The way
ass,
you'd say yet.
Yeah, yeah. Anything can happen on this Zoom.
Yes.
so your asshole dilates according to sexual arousal?
Wait,
I think a lot of people. Yes. what's
Yeah.
up?
Where did it go in the like? I mean, is it like? Is this like a new episode of Serial? Where was it in like between 7:35 and 10:50?
Have you ever heard of Jonah and the Whale?
Oh my god.
or like,
Wait,
well,
Just
not
building
that big.
fires in there and shit.
Hold up, I'm not gaping yet.
or
Yeah. Can I tell you, I've lost a couple of socks in the wash. Can you check your asshole for them?
Hold up, let me just check real quick.
it sticks to the side.
You know what? I actually have a secret for you. Every sock that you lose a pair of, it secretly hides in my asshole. That's what it is. That's where it is.
I can't wait until I find it again.
Well, come look for it, baby. Just come look for it.
Jimmy Hoffa's in there making a quilt.
Elvis is in there.
Wait, is my unemployment claim in there?
Is my $1,200
Is everybody's?
Yeah.
Maybe. You have to come check, though. Come
Yeah.
check.
That's funny because one time I nicknamed my asshole my stimulus check.
Right? Because they were fucking you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, stimulus package actually.
Yes.
You got a deposit. That's all that matters.
Yes.
Oh, she got a deposit.
Where did
Well, we
you
let
Yeah.
off with a lot of butthole talk.
just lost it for a couple hours? You lost it for like a kid at the mall. You just lost it for a couple of hours.
Yeah, a couple of hours. It's literally a couple of hours, like 5 hours later. I wake up and I'm like, this does not feel right. Something is wrong. And I squat and it just.
How big was it? How big was it? Was it like?
I really wish I had it here. It was a new. Okay, so here's the thing. I started off when I bought it. It was too big for me to put in. It actually hurt. By the end of the weekend, it got lost in my ass. So
Wow.
how big was it? It was
So,
about.
I love this
Did its
company.
job.
Solo
You
cup.
graduated.
It's about
Yeah.
this big, about that big on a solo cup. So about a good half of the solo cup of width. And then it had a skinny neck and a cute little like heart-shaped diamond in it. It was
Oh,
cute.
I've
Hey,
seen
Carmela.
You
those.
look so
I've
mortified.
seen
I'm so
those.
sorry.
When
I
I
have
was
a
at
question.
EVN in January, I
sorry.
saw somebody propose to Riley Reid. A fan proposed to Riley Reid with like a diamond butt plug, and I'm sure
Oh
it wasn't
my
a real
God.
diamond, and it was like the most romantic thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's so cute. I want
Yeah.
someone
You know,
to propose
so,
to me with
yeah,
a giant butt plug. Please.
You only had it for the weekend, right?
Well, I
At
only
that
had
point,
it
do you
in
throw
for.
it away?
No, you clean
Just
it.
wash it off and put it away.
Well,
Yeah,
technically,
you
it wasn't.
clean it.
It wasn't the weekend. It was 5 hours. Which, by the way, have you thought about starting a daycare?
Oh my God! I could watch your husbands while you go shop, ladies.
I'm
I'll
having.
take care of him.
I'm having a daughter in October. I might need daycare if we can. Look, I don't know how big she's gonna be, but we can try it. Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yeah, and like I can entertain your wife for a little bit too if you want. I'm just joking.
Ooh.
But
Yeah.
but
I'm
that
gonna
would be a
drink for
really
that one.
cool
Yeah.
thing. If
Yeah, I was
could
gonna
just
say, do I have to drink if I've also entertained his wife?
Woo! It all
I've
comes
done
out
that one.
on the
Yes.
Zoom.
I
Ginormous
was in
food.
Vegas not too long ago, and I saw a sign of a guy, a street performer, that said, "Go gamble, and I'll entertain your wife for $20." And I was like, "Do you actually have people?" And he's like, "Absolutely. Some people will sit here and be like, just sit here and tell my wife jokes and just keep her entertained, talk to her for 20 minutes while I go gamble at a
Here's a
table."
laser pointer.
Hey!
Essentially.
Oh, that's great. All right. Erin, you're up.
Never have I ever crapped my pants on public transit.
Cracked your pants on public transit?
Are we talking sharts here or like a full-on?
What kind of disgusting person takes public transportation?
Not the
Disgusting
same.
person backlights himself before.
I shit myself in my friends' cars like a decent person.
Yeah. Could we have said in Walmart with that Coca-Cola cup that you're drinking out of?
Yeah.
I've never shit my
This is an
pants.
AMC Big Gulp.
I've never shit my pants anywhere but my house because I'm very cautious with my wine farts. Like if I'm at like Walmart, I'm like, we don't know what's gonna happen here. Let's just hold off, baby
Much
girl.
less erotic than the other butthole conversation.
Do you ever shit your pants in public and then find an old butt plug?
I had that.
Yeah, that's called a lost and found.
Or like lost and brown.
Oh my God. I'm done.
Oh
Well,
my
hopefully
God.
you've cleaned out and you don't have that issue. I want to preface this. I was cleaned out. There was no brown stuff.
Yeah, you porn girls are on point. You have to be cleaner than clean. Like you need to clean
Oh my God.
places.
Sit
I
around
never
drinking
even
lube
thought
all
of-
day.
By the way, if Lost and Brown isn't a podcast name already, it better be.
It's gonna be the sequel to Come Town.
I love it.
Oh my God. Okay, that's awesome. No, Erin, when did you crap your pants? Where was this?
Didn't I? Is the question.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I mean, now I guess we can't anymore in the post-coronavirus era. They're really going to crack down on this. But no, yeah, I had sushi at Kodama Sushi in Midtown, and this is the best way for me to get the word out about their sushi. Was that it hit me about a half hour later on New Jersey Transit, and this is the only way that I got even with New Jersey Transit for all the times they've made me late. I got food poisoning between Secaucus and Newark, which that, if there's a hell, it's right there. It's between Secaucus and Newark, and then my body had a reaction, and I passed out. And when I came
Whoa.
to, I was like, something bad was happening. I know, we're like,
You shit yourself till you passed out.
no, different. It was the other way around. I passed out, and then I'm a late.
That's understandable.
Involuntary.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold up.
Wait,
That
were
sounds
you
like a frat
asleep
party I
when
went
you
to.
shit
Hold on.
yourself?
I wish I were sleeping.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say, how do you know somebody else didn't shit?
Maybe
your
somebody
pants?
else shit your pants.
Right.
On this, if I could have passed the butt on this, believe me.
That's just a monthly pass with New Jersey Transit. Someone just shits your pants.
Erin, did you just say pass the butt?
Yes, thank you, Chrissy,
That I hear all puns.
for acknowledging a pun.
You are welcome.
Wednesday
See,
night.
I would have been very confused because the first thing I do anytime someone passes out is check their pants to see if they're dead.
Does your cock have a pulse?
I would be a shitty coroner. Oh, I didn't even mean that wasn't even intentional.
It's fine. Yes. That was my way of, like, when I found out how much New Jersey Transit's monthly passes were, I just,
You just had to shit your pants.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Kevin.
This is a good one. Never have I ever fooled around with a significant other in front of their parents.
Oh.
Oh,
Wow, you're kinky.
define fooled around.
I mean anything sexual.
I've been caught full
I'm with you on that one.
reverse cowgirl in the middle of flipping my hair back and riding the and they walked in.
That's a
Okay,
big
so
catch.
yeah, so you were there also. That's I didn't know that you were also in the room. No.
Yeah, that was me.
This is when I was in college. I went with
Always starts.
my first exactly. It was one time we were reenacting the Human Centipede. No.
Oh.
I was in college and I went.
Am I supposed to drink?
Yeah, just drink if any part of this story is true for you.
Yeah, and tell the person behind you to drink also. I went in college.
I don't think they have a choice,
Lawson
especially if
Brown.
I'm drinking wine.
Lost and Brown.
It's like the worst waterfall I've ever heard. No, we went. I went to the Dominican Republic with my ex in college, and while her parents were on the beach, we were in the water. And she put her hands down my pants and finished me. And then I had to walk up on the beach, and her father was like, "Man, it's a beautiful day, isn't it?" I was like, "You don't even know how beautiful it is, my friend." Very
Finished you underwater?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard
Yeah.
to
That's
jack a
fun.
dick in the water.
It's slower, but it's more impactful.
Did the fish come and like eat it all up?
Of course.
You know what, Chrissy? You don't have
wait
to
a
make
minute.
it
Why do
so
you
blue.
think the ocean's so
I'm
salty?
not.
You know what fish say? Waste
I'm
not, want
passionate
not.
about marine life.
What I can tell you was it was a lake before I finished, and then it turned into an ocean.
Kevin,
Erin.
slow but more impactful is
Yes.
actually the tagline for the English patient.
So
That's so
you're the
naughty,
reason
Kevin.
why. You're the reason why there's so much mercury in the ocean, then, right?
Salt, mercury, blood. I'm the reason why there's all of it.
It's
I
so
would never
salty.
take my penis out in the ocean.
Glad you didn't have sushi first.
I'm
Yeah.
afraid it would get
Well-
caught in one of those Coke can things. You know, like a six-pack comes in. Because people don't cut those things. And next thing
You're
you know,
talking
you got
about you're talking about the tab to open up the cans, right?
Yeah,
Horse
No, the
out there
plastic
that looks
one.
just like
Yeah, the little plastic rings.
Yeah.
That's also why we
So-
stopped using plastic straws so they wouldn't get stuck in your dick holes.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't the sea turtles. It was my penis that really caused it.
Penis.
Got
Just
one
the
for
ones
this
with the
one.
big open mouth, like.
I got one for this. What he
Okay.
said. When I was a teenager, my girlfriend at the time, we went to see Seven at the mall, and then her parents picked us up in one of those like 3-tiered station wagons, where it's not just like front seat, middle seat, back. Like the back is the seat facing the wrong way, and we were back there, and yeah,
okay.
she gave me a hand job.
Then it was facing the right way. Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Did her
Hey-o.
father turn around and say, "What's in the box"?
His dad turned around and was like, "Hey, let me know if you find that missing butt plug."
No, she didn't give me head.
The father turns around. He's like, "God damn it! I told you guys to go before we left the house."
Oh my God.
Uh,
I'm not pulling over, you guys. Just got to do it on the road.
Yeah, just do it in the car.
I actually have one for this too. I was on vacation with my ex-boyfriend. This is way back when I was like 19, 20, with his family, and we were in Tampa, Busch Gardens, and we were at an embassy suite, so it has that sliding door between the living room and the bedroom, and we were staying on the pull-out couch. Now, I'm with my boyfriend, who's about 19, 20, and he's extra horny. I'm just gonna put it like that. And I'm like, no, your parents are in the next room. No. I'm eventually my no became a yes, because that was my man, and at the time, really into him. So eventually we're doing stuff, and I get on top of him, and at this point, I'm in it. I don't care. I'm in full, like, I'm not a porn star, but I'm full porn star mode at this point. In my life, I was not a porn star at the time.
we call that
I
the
was
minor
practicing.
leagues. That's called the minor leagues.
I was in the minor leagues. Yes, I was in the minor leagues. So I'm doing my best.
Kevin.
I'm doing my best. I'm like riding. I'm bouncing my ass. I'm giving all the signs. You can hear me. And then I do one of those hair flips, and I do that hair flip. And as I flip and turn and look back at him, the sliding door slides open, and all the room gets flooded with light. And all you see is the light directly on my body, on top of him. No covers, bouncing, and me throwing my hair back and moaning. At that point, I literally went, jumped up, grabbed the covers, pulled them over me, and proceeded to melt slowly into the earth. Next morning for breakfast was very awkward. She was really nice. She was really, calm about it. She knew what was going on. But at the same time, I still felt some kind of way because, I'm the girlfriend, and I was such a good girl at the time. And no, I'm a virgin.
You say she knew what was going on. You said she was able to ascertain what was going
She
on.
actually pulled me aside and said, "This is grateful." Hold up. She actually pulled
She
me
had a
aside
baby
and told me she was
monitor in there.
grateful. She was grateful. She said, honestly, I want grandchildren. Yes, that's one of the things. 2, I really like you. But also, she had her questions
tired of
apparently
fucking
about
her
her son. Yeah, she was just happy that somebody was there for her son.
Wait, hold on. Let me
She's like,
drink for
at
that,
least
Pat.
somebody's getting laid. If I'm not getting laid in my marriage, at least my son's getting laid. And that's what was going on.
Is
Wow.
she manager now?
Is she what?
Yeah.
Is she
Just
your
say, is that the part
She
where
what?
she sits you down at breakfast and talks you into going pro? Like, listen, do not waste your talents on my son.
I haven't seen a lefty that good since the 80s.
You just
Hold
come
me
in like
back.
John Lovitz is at the table, and he's like, "We're starting a league, see?"
Just
I haven't seen a-
knuckleball after knuckleball.
I haven't seen a floater like that since Scruffy McGee.
Oh my gosh. You guys
It's
are
not about
crazy.
being
I
a-
love it.
It's not about being a lefty so much as having a lefty dick.
Oh,
Ooh.
right.
Like if you are a
Mm.
lefty chicks, you're match made in heaven.
You
If
sound
you
like
like hand
Or
jobs,
an
which I do.
ambidextrous. 'Cause
Sound
then
like-
get
There you
different-
go. There you
different
go.
angles.
Kurt
Two
Cobain
two
giving an
ambidextrous
interview.
people.
Gotta do a switch up.
Ugh, I've never had anything in front of any family. Like I one time hooked up with a guy in my parents' room, my parents' old house, and it's just like the room was like haunted and felt loveless. Like we couldn't even proceed. We were like,
That
let's get
counts.
out of
That
here.
counts. If you did it in front of
Ugh.
ghosts, that counts. You need to drink.
I mean, nobody had died
We've
yet,
all-
so it just was like the ghost of their love life, if anything.
Don't the blood of the ancestors count?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the ghost of abstinence past.
Ugh. All
God.
right.
Wow.
That was
That's
pretty
another
good.
level. You can't even fuck where your parents have ever been.
Yeah. Francis, did you go yet?
I did not. Never have I ever had a homosexual threesome wearing my Halloween costume.
So specific.
All right, I can drink to parts of that.
I can drink to parts of that.
So hold on,
Does it
Chrissy,
count if
you
it's
have to
three
pour
girls?
it from above. You can't touch it.
Does it count if it's 3 girls?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
homosexual.
And
It's
a
homosexual,
threesome.
but
So
there was
no
there was
men?
no costumes. There were no costumes involved because we were naked.
Did any of the girls have a lot of makeup on? Because that might count.
Yeah. We
Okay,
did.
well,
It
then
was
it
a sex
counts.
party, so we
Well,
had
then
the
drink,
full
Carmela.
face. Okay. Yes,
Even
sir.
just
I'm
like
from
devil
Chris
horns
Francis, so I
headband,
mean,
that
like-
counts.
The only way you can make a homosexual
Oh, I
threesome
stay with
gayer
that
is with
before.
costumes.
I'm saying.
I didn't know you could have one
What?
without costumes.
What you guys see is below this, I have some devil horns that are supporting a halo. Right
Aw.
There's a halo and the horns. No, the horns just keep it in place, you know?
Okay.
Wait, Francis, does a priest
perfectly
collar
innocent.
count?
Ugh.
Work uniforms do not count.
Ah.
Because I don't know if he was
Wait,
full time or
hold
not.
up. No. Work uniforms count because you can use an old as a costume.
Sure.
Isn't
If
a
you're
homosexual
reformed.
threesome with
Something about a
costumes
Wendy's
just-
uniform doesn't get people high.
Isn't a
Mm,
homosexual threesome
fragrant.
with costumes just called a musical?
Want to have sex in a uniform?
I've
Yeah,
been to a musical. Doesn't that count?
I feel
Wait,
like I got
are you
fucked
gonna
by
tell the
my
story
boss.
of that?
Yeah.
Well, I was hanging out with 2 coworkers. They were a gay couple that I worked with. I was waiting tables in New Orleans, and it was Halloween night. And this was a big no-no because, like, you know what they say about work fucking your coworkers.
Yeah,
And,
don't-
we all- yeah,
Don't shit in their shitter. I think that's what they say.
And they had both quit drinking and smoking pot for like however long, and they just gave in to me that night.
Whoa.
Got super fucked up, and the one of them was in
They
drag.
gave in to you.
Well, I didn't press them that much.
He's very seductive.
They gave in to me about the weed and the alcohol, and then one thing led to another. But one of them
Did
was,
you initiate that, or did they
Okay.
initiate
You
it
want
with
me to
you?
leave now?
It just
You
happened.
okay? You sure?
Interesting.
But the funniest part about this story is one of them was in drag, but he wasn't an actual drag queen, so it was like really silly drag, and he had those like big like joke plastic tits that you get from like the Halloween store. And
You
he
mean
didn't-
implants?
The
Not
rubber,
to be
no, the
not
rubber
to be
booty
confused with the
plate, rubber
serious
booty plate.
Dostoevsky drag.
Right.
You know.
Yes.
Silly shit.
Are you sure you just weren't watching Julie Newmar? Thanks for everything. What is it? Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar.
Yeah, one of them was John Leguizamo, I think.
But he was aware that I do also like women. So I'll never forget watching him take off all of his clothes, but leave the ridiculous plastic tits on and climb into my
Oh,
and I was like,
that's very
baby,
thoughtful.
it's okay, baby. You can take those off.
Like, you
I
lost me.
actually, I need to do that. I need to make you guys are making me want to make a rubber breastplate of myself.
Can you do
I've had
that?
some fans. I'm sure they do. They do moldings of penises and vaginas and butts.
Yeah.
And I've had a couple of, fans of the LGBTQ community tell me that, they want to dress up as me in drag. And I'm like, yes, absolutely, please. And they're like, what size are you? They're asking for my measurements. And then one fan was like, why don't you just make a molding of your breasts?
That's great.
That's
I would
that's a
buy
great
it.
Idea.
Of it.
I would wear that
Ooh.
over just my own
would you
boobs.
buy it just to like play with it, just to touch it though? Like just to like squish them?
Yeah, just to lock down a man, I would get that.
But you're
Girl,
talking about
listen.
I might get him just so I can be on TV again someday.
Here's my theory about boobs. And I say this as a woman who has way too much boobs. I've been wearing a bra
No
since I
such
was
thing.
5. Since I was
Tell me
thank
about
you.
it.
But since I was
Oh, was
5.
that not supposed to drink on the too
5?
much boobs part?
5.
Never have I
I
ever
was
had
5.
too much boobs.
5
Yeah.
seems too early for boobs.
Okay, well, funny story. Never have I ever needed to wear a sports bra at the age, any age under 10. My PE teacher actually pulled aside my mom and told them at the age of 5 I was distracting the 5th graders that were double my age. because I had little tetitas that were when I would run. And he's like, she needs support. And my mom's like, what kind of support? Encouragement, running, what does she need? Sporty?
Yeah.
And he being an awkward male was like, she needs a fucking sports bra.
Why didn't they just put you in the older gym class?
Because I was 5.
It's also weird for a male gym teacher to go to a 5-year-old's mom and go, I've noticed your daughter needs support.
Yeah, that seems more like a gymnastics coach thing to do.
Yeah.
Gymnastics? Was he Nasser?
We were doing
what do we look at?
The mile run, and that was the thing. We were doing a mile run, or we were doing like half a mile or something. And you know, I didn't have a sports bra, so my tetitas were doing like they were doing this. And I think, but by 10 years old, I was already in a full B, almost to C. I was like huge.
Same.
So same. Oh yes.
No, never have I ever had so much in common with somebody.
Yeah.
It's hard to get boobs so early.
I remember when my gym teacher pulled me aside and started talking about my tits.
You slapped the soda right out of my hands.
Yeah, I've noticed your nuts are hanging out of your shorts. You might want more support.
Yeah.
Like, no, I stick them out that way.
Distracting the other kids.
Yeah.
We can't play
what I was doing.
kickball.
I was distracting them. And I didn't know I was 5. You know?
Aw.
Sorry.
Was on the 2016 USA gymnastics team for Rio.
So Carmela, when you're talking about making a fake mold of your boobs, are you talking about something that like is actually going to end up feeling like boobs?
I would really like to do, later on in my career, I plan on doing a whole sex toy line, not just a molding of my vagina, my private areas, but also, just for general enjoyment. I do plan on making a breastplate.
Like a Build-A-Bear?
Yeah.
For my kinda. I do plan on making a breastplate that is semi-realistic feeling, so that way I do have fans that do like to dress up as me, and why not? Fuck, like sure.
Yeah, you can call them like
cutlets or
Clutch toys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, these boobs this guy was wearing were like the consistency of like a little kid's fake fireman's helmet.
I didn't know where you're going with
that.
They're like hard and crinkly. Like
Carmela,
crinkly is a really good word.
Wait, I got it now. Chicken clutchlets.
Like clutchlets? Oh my
Chicken
god!
clutchlets.
Can I sell those as merch when I go on the road?
So I'm totally gonna use that. I hope that's okay with you.
Dude, yes, of course.
And I will totally send you a
or like Clutch toys sounds good too. But yeah.
Oh, I definitely have some
sign me up.
Oh, I have a lot of things coming.
Wait, I have a question. When someone takes a mold of like your vag, does it feel like when you're getting fitted for braces at the orthodontist where they shove all this clay down your throat and then you have to be still?
Only if you have teeth in your vagina.
I honestly don't
Did
know.
that mold inside of you too?
Yeah. If you're trying to get the mold off a vagina, that I know about.
That's how you know you've had sex in a long time.
Yeah, did he say your molars are going to have to come out after he did that?
Ugh. Like, I have molars
or wisdom
in my puss.
teeth.
Yeah.
I've said that a few times.
Yeah, I don't like braces in my vagina, only Invisagine. I'll use that.
Invisagine.
Not bad, Josh. It's not bad.
Invisagine.
Is that what you do if you're trying to make somebody straight down there? You're like, I'll use Invisagine. Only dicks from now on. Oh no, she's gone. Damn it.
You pissed her off with the Invisagine line.
I'm sorry. I don't do puns. I figured I'd try one out.
She stormed out of the interview.
Wow, there's like 6 other people here. Damn, I didn't know.
Yeah, you gotta go into gallery view, Pat.
I don't have that on my screen either.
Because she's gone.
Do gallery view and it shows everybody.
No, I know. I was.
Whoever talks pops up at once.
Yeah.
My phone. My phone was like, what?
Carmela, you missed nothing.
I'm so sorry. I'm right back. I'm here.
All right,
talked
it's
about you the
Josh's
whole
turn.
time.
Oh, okay. Let's see this. I got a couple of them. Never have I ever drove a retarded kid to a prostitute at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Wow, that is
right up until the 4 o'clock part.
Yeah, just so we know, I didn't think we were going to talk about this on the podcast. I thought that was going to be our secret.
Was it
Kevin?
Kevin?
A retard in their car.
Yeah, and just because I have a low IQ doesn't mean I'm retarded. Okay,
Yeah.
Josh.
This was this is back when I was Uber driving in 2014.
Oh, so he asked you to bring him. You weren't like, "Hey, come on, my retarded brother."
Yeah, exactly. He hired me.
I know what'll fix you.
Paid to do it.
Yeah, I was paid. Yeah, I was paid to do
That's
it.
even better.
Well, he got in the car, and he clearly had Down syndrome because of the voice, and so he was talking with me, and he asked me to stop at an ATM so that he could get money, and it's like it's 4 a.m, so I take him to a 7-Eleven ATM. He takes out like a stack of cash like this, and I'm worried about the kid. I'm like, "Hey man, are you okay? Like, is somebody shaking you down?" And he was like, "No, I'm going to visit my girlfriend." And I was like, "Oh." And then as we get there, and I was like, "Wait a minute, your girlfriend? Like, you can't really go anywhere right now, 4 o'clock in the morning, unless you're taking her to Denny's." And then I get it.
My girlfriend loves money late at night.
Did you ask if she was a hostage?
No, but and then he was like,
"Listen, hold up. Money at any time is great. It's a great thing." But
I'm sure it is. So I was.
Do you think women are out here
money.
seeing retards for free at 4 a.m.? Come on.
I mean, does it count if I do
women.
this? I just want to know if I can drink again. Does it count if I do a FaceTime show, because I do FaceTime shows for some of my fans. You get one-on-one, just like the Zoom. You get a one-on-one with me for 10, 20 minutes, however long you want. And you can call me literally at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I will wake up out of bed and entertain you for 10 to 20 minutes. So money at any time is
like
good.
having a baby. You just have to get up at odd hours.
Yeah.
It's exactly like having a baby, Chrissy.
Precisely.
I'm ready for my show.
I have one.
Cameo, Carmela?
I'm sorry?
Are you on Cameo?
I'm not. I just heard about that the other day. Do you think it's something that's would anybody actually want to?
If you have OnlyFans, I feel like you probably don't, but you never know. You may reach a whole nother sect of people that wouldn't go on OnlyFans. So
you would also,
I guess why not?
Only tard.
Yeah, you would also fit in with the comedian whores that are on there getting more money. Are you on, Chrissy?
Yes.
Are you really?
I love it.
I had a Cameo request and I ignored it for a week and then it went away. So you have a week to do it.
That's because they killed themselves.
He felt rejected. That's what it was. You
Despair.
rejected him, so he felt rejected. And so, yeah.
He went on to Karen Feehan.
I procrastinated.
Wait, Josh, did he tip you in the Uber?
No, this was back before they had tipping in Uber.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, so as we're driving, I was like, "Oh man, like, are you I was trying to make sure he fully understood the scope of what he was doing, and he was like, "Listen, I could take a girl out to 3 or 4 dates and spend this kind of money and maybe get laid, or I could just take this."
He wasn't that retarded.
That's what I said. I go, "Don't let anybody call you retarded."
Yeah, what were you driving, Forrest Gump? He just had a 70 IQ. That's
Sounds like you were driving a regular man around.
Yeah, I was like, "Can we not take you to this girl and go to Vegas and see how you do at the old blackjack table?"
Drop toothpicks and count them.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh my god.
Exactly. I was like,
logical.
just from here, before we get, how many fingers is that prostitute holding up from her doorstep?
Not counting the one inside of her.
Yeah, exactly. And of course we pull up and it's like, an Eastern European blonde wearing Uggs in the middle of August, and you're like, "That's a prostitute."
I love this. I'm gonna need to get all of your information, and we're gonna need to do this again because I'm just dying over here. I'm dying.
The funniest part of that story is I told that Nikki Glazer did a segment on her show Not Safe where she rode with Uber drivers that were also comedians, and we told stories. And I told this story as it happened. Everybody was cracking up. And they go, "This was the best one we heard. This is never going to make it on television because you guys say retarded kid like 3,700 times."
Well, guess what? This is making it onto YouTube.
So does it count for this one
For a
that
while.
I let my dog hump my leg once because her heat was so bad?
Yes.
Wow.
Did you stop at an ATM first?
That was sweet.
Was it 4 a.m.?
I had
That was
to get her a swing.
That was very considerate of you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now,
when you say in heat,
not
how did you know she was in heat?
Well, I mean, girl
Foreplay?
dogs, it's really obvious. They whine a lot, and they do this. They literally, their tail moves to the side when they're looking at you. It is the creepiest fucking shit in the world. You'll be watching TV, and all of a sudden the tail goes to the side.
I wish I had a tail. Then
don't forget how
know.
much they also talk about their biological clock ticking nonstop.
You can have a tail, love. It's their anal plugs with a little furry tail.
Oh, right. But I can't make it. I could move it to the side and be like.
Yeah, they do get lost for 5 hours, though.
Depends on your anus control.
Yeah.
Just be careful your ass doesn't swallow it, okay?
We just spit it out. Yeah.
Real tough to wear with a fitted shirt.
But it actually
swallows it. If mine swallows it, no one's getting it back. It's eating it. Not a lot of
shit it out your mouth.
happening out of this guy's
and
body.
I'll talk you through it.
Coming next on Ginormous Food, we try to find my sandwich.
Ginormous hamsters.
I'm shocked with all the press photos of me eating giant burgers that there weren't more Photoshop dicks in my mouth over those years.
All you gotta do is ask.
If you want, you could just borrow my pictures and just.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was unsuccessful with the dog thing because, like, I put on a pair of heavy pants, tucked them into a pair of boots, and then braced my foot on the radiator.
Your dog sex pants. You only pull them out at certain times of the year.
My fine china.
Who makes those? Carhartt?
Yeah.
Barkhart. Car bark. Fuck.
And then she was up on my leg, and every time she'd try to get going, she would just like slip to the side, like falling off a log, and I was laughing so fucking hard she couldn't finish.
Oh my goodness!
Wait, hold on. I got a drink for that.
I have so many. Yeah, I have so many stories that end with she was laughing so hard no one could finish.
Well, if the dog had been laughing, I wouldn't have been able to finish. It was
Dogs
me that was
can
laughing.
laugh?
When they see my
Wow. All right, cool. At least you're practicing, safe dog
something.
sex.
Save something. I don't know what. Save something.
Save something.
I was tired of listening to your whine.
I was really. That was really kind of you.
That's what it's like to be married. Why'd you have sex? I was tired of listening to her whine.
You got to put on your special pants to let her hump your leg.
I put on my durable pants and I let her go.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the game. Let me know if you need anything, babe.
I have fans that write into me all the time and ask me about how to re-engage their sex life. They've been married for so many years. And I sympathize with them, but I don't empathize because I've never been married. I don't have kids. I've never been through childbirth. I don't know what pregnancy is like. And they're like, how do you stay horny? I'm like, I literally have.
I'm not married to you. That's how.
It's called a paycheck.
Yeah.
Paycheck part, but I genuinely enjoy what I do. I really love sex. I really love seduction.
Are you a Scorpio?
No, I'm a Leo.
He's a Scorpio.
Oh, okay.
I'm a Leo, and I think there's an amount of
I'm
money out there that could get me hard.
Scorpio.
Thank you.
Wow.
But
after the butt plug story, you do know what birth is like.
Birth?
kind of, yeah. Except it was reversed because it hurt going in, not coming out.
I like that married guys are asking you, Carmela, for relationship advice. I mean, that's like a guy who's at the ice cream counter asking the person at the counter for diet advice. Do you know what I mean?
Women.
It's like you're already.
No. Also women. I had a young woman reach out to me. She found a file. I don't mean some bookmarks. A file of my stuff, of my content.
Whoa.
Yes. He downloaded, he screenshotted, he screen recorded, he did
and then organized it.
Yeah. And then organized it by scene. And, she wrote to me and I was like, hey, listen, I had nothing to do with it. I did not solicit. I don't want any problems. I don't know your husband. I don't like him, nothing. Look, this is what I do for a living. And she's like, no. I completely understand. I want your advice. And I go, well,
wow.
What is it that he's looking at in the file? What's in the file?
You're like, has he bought sturdy pants recently?
When was the last time you lost a butt plug?
Well, it turns
that sounds like a surefire sale for your mold.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
I think Francis went to go jerk off.
Yeah. He'll be back in 5.
He's putting on his,
All that
putting
dog
on his
fucking
fuck
talk.
pants.
He's putting on his durable pants.
His fuck pants.
We keep interrupting.
Ones. Stain resistant ones.
This is Jane. Oh.
It's like Levi Dungaree's new their new denim line, fuck pants.
Oh my god.
Great for dogs.
Oh yeah, that was the brand.
Do you have Levi's 502s? Those are my fuck pants.
So Carmela, what did you end up saying to this woman who was asking you for
I
advice?
feel like we can go now.
All right, she's over me.
Ready to go? No, I'm so sorry. They're telling me, they're letting me know that I got my another seat, my next podcast in about 20
What's that?
Ooh,
Is
you're
limo,
so busy.
is the limo here? Okay. All right.
I apologize. I'm so sorry. I never get like this.
We'll only be another
Today is
15.
just one of those really busy
Yeah,
days.
wait, hold it. Should I answer that? Don't answer that.
We all know that Carmela is doing better than anybody else on this Zoom.
Why? Because she has a
that's not
publicist.
true. no.
We're profitable.
I'm working with a
Right.
I'm working with a sex game right now, and they're in town, and we have a podcast later for a commercial that we're doing. And so they're just letting me know that, hey, we got 20 minutes. We're going to wrap up. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll be with you guys in a minute. You guys can wait. I'm doing this right now. This is important.
Oh, this is important.
Yes, I'm having so much fun too.
Is the game like Nude Twister? Like, what is the
That's-
game?
Oh, okay. So this is called Triple X Playground. It is so much fun. It's kind of like they have a board game, and they're going to have a website version of it too. The board game is kind of like Shoots and Ladders, but instead of shoots and ladders to fall down, it's
Shoots and loads.
Squirt.
Oh.
Yes, shoots, squirts, and loads. And little
Oh.
things like being dragged up by the collar and whatnot. And you have little action cards that have you act out certain sexual acts.
I love
It's a
that.
lot of fun. Yeah, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Sign
There's
me
an
up.
LGBTQ
Right
version.
hand brown.
There's a hetero version. There's a BDSM version. There's all these things. I'm just working with them now, and it's a lot of fun.
Fucking
That
hilarious.
sounds good.
I always thought Monopoly would have made a better sex game than Shoots and Ladders, right?
No, because Monopoly is you get broke, and no one is horny when they're broke.
Who the hell fucks with that
Hold on,
line?
I beg to differ.
Yeah.
Currently.
Yes, but broke people are desperate, and they'll suck anything, right?
Oh my god! If I
Oh my god!
pandemic sex game right now, it would just be sorry.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Boardwalk isn't going to
honestly,
pay
though-
for itself, Josh.
Or it'd be like,
Yeah, exactly.
it would be
Dude,
Listen,
sorry.
you're on my streets now,
This never
Kimball. You better
happens.
get on those fucking knees.
So wait a minute. I sent this game to my
Clearly
parents.
haven't been on the railroads.
I sent this game to my parents. They've been married for 35 plus years.
Aw.
And they thank you, but the sad part is, my mom tells me, unfortunately, now that she thinks that because I'm a sex worker, she thinks that she can tell me about her sex life. I don't really want to hear about it.
Yeah.
But she tells me, things are lacking after 30 something years of being together, and parents and their kids are grown, and some of their kids are in the house, and I'm like, you know what? Take this game, try it out. She played it one night, and my dad at first was very like, I'm not doing this. I don't need a game to tell me how to do me. He was playing the game, and he was like, "This is fun. Can we play it again?" He kept asking,
Wow.
and like it was just it's a cool little communication tool that breaks down the barriers and just spices it up. I'm
I'll tell you
tired
what,
of hearing my
Who
fans tell
hasn't
me
had a
that they're having
Thanksgiving dinner like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm tired of my fans telling me that, and I know you're being sarcastic, but I'm just in general. I'm tired of my fans telling me that they're having sex with 3 positions in the dark. Missionary, cowgirl, doggy, in the dark, and then somebody comes and it's done. I'm so bored with that.
Hold on. There's more than 2
Brag,
positions.
brag.
Oh my god! Yes,
Like,
baby,
what kind
watch
of
some my
doggy were
stuff.
they doing? The regular kind or the kind with the durable pants?
They were doing Frances's kind.
Yeah.
The kind where you lose a toy.
Ooh.
A golden retriever pit mix?
First doggy. You humped the dog's leg.
Oh my god!
That's actually what happened. I was just projecting.
That dog is, by the way, that dog's probably freaking the fuck out right now. Like, if my agent and my manager hear about this, they're going to drop me immediately.
She's dead. It's okay.
Josh, did you do one yet?
Yeah, I did. I talked about the retarded kid with the
Oh,
prostitute.
right. That was
I
a
feel
good
like
one.
Frances's dog is in the next room going, "Oh, is the next podcast ready?" Oh, okay.
Ah. All right, Pat, you're up.
All right. Never have I ever crossed state lines for a booty call.
Ooh, for sure.
Cross what?
Date lines.
It's all the dudes. All the dudes are like,
That's
yeah,
some
we'll
people drinking.
go on a Lord of the Rings quest for some maybe pussy.
Yeah, I bought an easy pass for pussy.
Wow.
I mean-
calling.
Not like last minute, but I've planned trips out of state around it.
That
Yeah, yeah.
counts.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think
Does flying
Yeah, cross
someone
the state
in
line.
for the purposes of smashing count?
Yes.
How
if it was her,
old
then it
and
would
brown
be.
were
Yeah.
they?
But
Hey, how
yeah,
old
I,
and brown were they? She was.
I
she
was.
was
I
brown.
went to. I met her on Match or whatever. She's this girl. She had on like one of those wreaths, like a Guinevere wreath, So I knew she was going to be fun.
Oh, like a
And,
Carol
went to,
Baskin, like
she was in Oak
flower
Grove.
wreath.
Ooh, that's
Yeah, exactly. Like she's down for anything. Yeah.
like a
So,
flower
like,
child.
it's the second best thing to a choker. Like a choker. The girl's gonna.
Oh,
take
she
it.
has a choker. She's
But,
she's either a porn star or she's with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a wreath is a wreath
Are you-
is a good
you weren't
look because if you don't fuck her, you'll fuck one of the other girls at the cult ranch, which is great.
Right.
So.
That's really what happens. It's a coming of age. The choker just turns into a head wreath. It just moves up over your chin.
Like a lion's mane. See, I was going for a tiger joke, but I said lion by accident. I guess tigers don't have manes, so never mind that whole thing.
Gotcha. So the dude abides.
Oh, Carmela, she's on the run.
I'm on the move, but I'm still here.
Oh.
I'm still here.
Okay.
I've got my headphones in. I'm still here. I'm still playing the game.
I like it.
I
God,
like
I feel like I have lame ones. Never have I ever owed $300 to a psychic.
To a
Chirp,
psychic.
chirp, crickets. All right.
I have.
I'm sorry.
I went-
I actually brought a loaded
No.
gun on that booty call, by the way.
Wow.
It was a pretty decent story.
What, like a
Yeah, let's go
rifle?
back I want to hear that story.
I'd never seen her before. I told her she was like, come all the way to see me. I was going to stop in St. Louis instead of going all the way to Kansas City where she lived. She goes,
Wait,
what's it
hold
going to
on,
take
Pat,
to get you
Pat.
to come all the way?
By
What?
by loaded gun,
sorry
do you
for
mean
that,
you
man.
didn't jerk off before the date?
Yeah.
Not only did I not jerk off, no, I brought a 357 because like I never had seen her before and I never had been in her house. She told me just like I said, okay, if you want me to come all the way, you gotta let me just leave your front door unlocked. You lay down in your bedroom. I'm gonna use your bathroom and your shower and freshen up and all your clothes and wait for me. Okay, I'll do it.
I would have had
Wow,
to
that's
stop
like a
in
dude
St.
thing to
Louis.
say.
What, that she would do it?
Yeah,
can't
like
believe she
like
agreed.
what she told you to do is like what a guy would tell a woman to do.
No, I told her to do that.
Okay. Oh,
Right.
like you were the one showering and she had to be there naked and ready?
Well, no, I drove all the way from fucking Atlanta, and I was gonna have road ass and stuff. And,
Oh, right.
Plus, I was
That's
trying to get out
almost
of
as-
doing the rest of the drive.
That's almost as many
Any
directions as
rational
you have
person
to
I
do.
see what he was doing. He was plotting there. You were being,
Right.
you were plotting.
How
Well,
many
he had-
hours was that driving?
Like 11.
Oh,
Yeah.
Woo!
You need time to
Kansas
shower and
City from
remove the
Atlanta
butt
to
plug.
Kansas City?
11 all at once?
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
said remove the butt plug. Really?
10 and a half, 11 hours. Yeah.
That's
So I was like, I wanted to
oh,
stop in St. Louis.
Oh
It
my
was hard
god.
the
I went
entire
in,
time.
11 hours.
Long
You gotta
story
stop
short,
in
I fucked
another
it.
city to bang someone else. That's a long drive.
Seriously, I can't go 11 hours without sex. I definitely need a pit stop for sex. Is
Wow.
there like a sex stop
I knew
there?
it was going to
You
be
know,
good because of my psychic.
Like, did she tell you were going to lose a butt plug? Because then you know it was going to be a great weekend.
Well,
It looks like Pat's doing one of those like anonymous shows where it's like they're hiding their face.
It looks like he's got a butterfly collection behind him. You should tell people you had to stop in St. Louis because she was like, ow, it hurts.
Ugh.
I can only hang around a little while longer. I have to tuck my dick between my legs and pose in front of the mirror.
Ooh.
Don't forget the lotion, Pat.
Oh, I got to drink.
Best.
Well, that's fucked up. You bring up ocean.
Is there a scene happening in Carmela's
Yeah,
box right
yeah.
now?
What's happening? Are they shooting?
No, no, we're not shooting. I promise we're not shooting. We're actually grabbing our stuff so that we can head out to the podcast. I apologize But I'm still listening, and I am here.
I want to know about your exciting life. It looks like you're in one of those LA like social media trap houses that like a bunch of people live in.
Those all used to be porn houses before they made them wear condoms.
They really were. I'm actually at a.
We follow you around for the rest of the day.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I should have a show.
With you.
I really should have a show because my life is a little crazy. It really is. I have multiple
sclerosis.
Different. You've been watching my videos. You've been watching some of the things I do at this point, right? All those
fucking hilarious.
But yeah, no, life is a little crazy at the moment, and I love it though. I wouldn't have it any other way. I love being really busy and like having something to do all the time. It does make it a little difficult and challenging.
One podcast after another.
Yeah, what part of your day do you? When are you gonna actually go to meet Ghislaine Maxwell? Is that later on today or?
Oh, babe, that's tonight. You can watch that on OnlyFans.
Oh my God, I'd watch that.
Like,
give me the names. Give me the names. You're gonna make me give me those names.
Oh,
give me those names, or I'm gonna stick
she's
it
getting
to
demanding. I like it.
Yeah.
She calls you the wrong name while she's coming, and you write it down.
Oh no, that's a no-no. You don't do that.
You dirty bitch.
Oh, wrong name during sex. Oh, never have I ever used the wrong name during sex. But I definitely have imagined other people.
Yeah. I think I have.
Can you
just
please
like
let them know that we're on the...
Use the wrong name now.
I've had girls with really similar names that, like, I've said half asleep, not during sex.
Lassie, like Lassie and
Lassie and Cassie.
Fred Lassie.
Oh, wait, I see what you did there.
Name. I've said the wrong name during sex, but never on accident.
Wow. Like for revenge.
Abraham Lincoln.
Provoke a response.
Yeah, I can't finish unless someone shoots me in a top hat.
Oh my God. All right, we lost Carmela.
God damn.
Oh well.
Oh my goodness.
All right, who has another one?
Can't take this address.
I just like her voice in the background. It's comforting.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You can go.
Never have I ever. I can keep going. I have 1,000 of them. I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait. Who thought that you would win the game? That's crazy.
That's not fair. Hold up.
Hey, there are that many stairwells in doing porno. I am out.
Yeah, that's a big cardio element.
Stairs back there.
Oh, so many cardio elements. Oh, Jesus.
When you said endurance, I didn't know you meant that endurance.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Never have I ever had sex for more than 18 hours in a day.
Oh my God.
Consecutively?
Any of these.
I mean, breaks for bathroom and...
That's amazing. Was this like a telethon? Were you raising money for a charity?
Did you get overtime pay?
This is before the whole thing. I was just in a monogamous relationship and really frustrated.
Wow.
I can promise I haven't had it for 18 hours over the course of my life.
The dude kept setting her watch back.
Wow, who was this man that you were dating? Was he also a Leo?
He was not. He was an Aries, and we were just young and horny, and just kind of enjoying life, at the time.
What we call reliable male talent.
Reliable male talent, yes, but not very reliable.
If a man walked in, you never know when to stop.
The last time I had sex for 18 hours, I was asleep.
The last time you what? I'm sorry?
The last time I had sex for 18 hours, I was asleep.
Oh, Jesus, I'm so sorry.
You were the right line of work, Carmela.
Oh, thank you. I really genuinely enjoy this. I truly, I love what I do.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
I love that
service.
I love that.
I'm tired of all these
it's funny that you say service
about
because
people
I was
hating
actually
porno.
It's funny that you say service because I was actually on my way to the Peace Corps before I joined porn, and porn kind of fell into my lap. So never have I ever joined the Peace Corps.
I honestly, Carmela,
you fell into porn's lap.
Yeah, I think that you actually cause more peace doing this than you would in the Peace Corps.
The Peace Corps got lost in her ass.
Yeah, people happy.
You see far more pieces doing what you're doing.
She's in the PIECE.
Yes, far more pieces. I make a lot of people happy. Ultimately, I wanted to So
You
I
went
was
direct.
I have a degree in marketing and advertising. I was pre-med. I was going to the Peace Corps, and I
You
decided.
went from pre-med to pre-com.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
not
I
giving that-
did.
I'm not
But you
giving
know what?
that
My
one.
version is a lot more fun. Pre-com is a lot more fun than pre-med. I promise.
It's
The only
easier.
fun parts
Although you
about
can use
pre-med
the
was
forceps.
anatomy and physiology.
She
Yeah.
misplaced the Peace Corps in her
Imagine
ass.
Carmela's like in her med school class, and you're like, "Wait, can we go over like the prostate again?" And they're like, "Get out of here."
I need to go over the. Can we go over the G spot and the A spot? And they're like, wait, what's an A spot?
A
I'm like,
spot?
ah.
Yeah, we
Yes!
don't dissect. We don't dissect with 3 fingers.
Like, when do we get into
you're-
fisting?
They're there like scapula.
Since when is fisting
And then
3
after scapula,
fingers?
you're like, oh, can I get like the
I don't know. I've never fisted
pass me the
anyone.
lube?
If you're the penguin,
Yeah, just
Yeah,
make a-
exactly.
just
You're a
make a-
Ninja Turtle.
Make a
There you go.
fist-size incision in this guy's abdomen.
Oh my god.
Or
I
just
wonder if there's
give
a
him the
chick in the
shock or
Peace Corps
whatever.
right now who's
We're
like,
gonna do a rectal exam right now.
what if there's a chick in the Peace Corps right now who's like, I was on my way to a gangbang before I ended up here. And I'm at the Peace Corps.
and then
You
I
guys
saw
just
these
got your
really
cat-
hungry little kids.
She has
I
shits passing in the night, dropping
Wow.
things out of their
Yeah.
asshole.
Listen, okay, so ultimately what stopped me from going to the Peace Corps was health reasons. They revoked my application because I'm severely anemic and it just wasn't
Aw.
gonna work out. But it was 10 days before I was supposed to leave to China. And you know what? I'm actually really grateful because if I had gone, I would have been training in Wuhan
China.
from July to December.
Wuhan.
So everything happens for a reason. I feel like whatever entity is up there, God, goddess, universe, whatever, they wanted me to have a lot of orgasms. That's
Yeah,
what it
I
was.
gotta tell you,
Yeah.
chlamydia is way better than COVID.
Yeah.
Chlamydia is better than COVID. At least
Yeah.
it's curable. Holy shit. Oh God.
I look
I
at your
had-
chest and I
Hold
know
up.
there's a God.
I
Yeah.
have to actually go ahead and interject here and say, I feel more safe as a performer with my partners than if I was what we call a civilian, anybody who's not in the industry.
Mhm.
And that's because
That too.
today even I got tested not just for every STD, but also for COVID. And I do that weekly for COVID and every other week for testing, which is the last time I checked, the last civilian I knew that went and got tested was like 6 or 7 months prior to me being with them. And that was
Wow.
somebody who did it frequently. Ask yourselves, when was the last time you got tested? And then ask yourselves, when was the last time a porn star got tested? I promise you they got tested more recently than you.
You
Therefore,
Right.
probably get
less of a
tested
risk.
more recently than I go to the bathroom.
Yeah, so you're the reason that the stats in this country are so high.
Actually, no,
Aw.
because we're very careful about
He wears
testing.
a mask.
We catch everything before it happens.
Yeah,
We,
you guys
uh,
are doing the most.
I pictured, and I'm proud to be an
Good
American.
American.
Where at least I know I'm free.
Yeah.
Does my unemployment application count?
Right now, yes, if you're an American, absolutely.
Are you trying
Do
to
you guys-
drive,
Do you guys
Carmela?
have to wear condoms?
I am not
when you
driving,
shoot
thank
scenes
God.
or
Okay,
just
thank
masks?
God.
I have my amazing friend right here, Callie Caliente, and she's
Callie, do it never have I ever.
Callie, they would like to do it. Never have you ever, and I. Will
Josh, this looks like your Uber story.
Never have you ever, and it could be something you've done too. I'll drink to it,
We'll tag you on Instagram.
of course.
Just going to the Dear Tard podcast.
Deer tard?
Dear Pod.
Just name
Oh.
anything that's
You're
crazy.
tired.
I told them about when I lost the
Yeah, man.
putting a
Deer
lot of
Tard
pressure on her.
podcast.
$10 she repeats a butt plug story.
Hold up.
Wait, she's doing it. Everyone be quiet.
Never have I ever had sex in a grocery store parking lot.
Oh my God, that's a good one. No.
Fuck, yeah, I totally have.
What about a food bank?
Not involving a dog.
Not yet.
I've done a church, but not a grocery store. I mean, some places
That's a
are
good
sacred.
one.
Ooh, never have I ever drank or smoked pot at a church, especially a historical Spaniard, 500 years old church.
Wow.
Let's go back
No.
to the grocery store.
Wow, I feel like I haven't lived. What church was it?
It was in
St. Patrick's
it was in
Cathedral.
It was in Guayama, Puerto Rico. It was
Ooh.
Father's Day, and we were spending time with my grandmother, who was
They
very
call
much
it
the
Poppy's
father.
Day.
Yeah, and my grandmother wanted to go to
They
church.
just call it day.
and I just really wanted to. Yeah, I was on vacation. I wanted
It's
to party.
Wednesday.
So I excused myself from the church.
That's so
and went
stupid, man.
and went to this part where like nobody was there, and I was just drinking these little like pouches that I got from the closest store and smoking weed. It was, and then when I got back, they were doing the communion, so I went and got communion 3 times.
Yeah, communion.
Because they give you wine. They give you wine.
From communion to communion. Putting the cum in communion.
Yes. And I went a couple times because I had
communion.
so many sins to confess.
The blood of Christ.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
and I had a lot of sins. I needed to repent. I'm very dirty.
I love it. Wow.
So you got to go back soon again,
Kelly's such a
right?
good
Yeah.
sport.
You should apologize to the little boy that the priest took it out on after.
This is not that kind of Zoom. This is not a deep state Zoom. All right.
Fuck.
Oh
There's
boy.
no standards here.
Is that really
except
deep state at this point?
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, now it's just regular state.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not separation of church and state. That's the only problem.
Yeah. All right. Unless anybody has another good one, we're gonna wrap it up.
Funny.
Aaron.
No, I was saying
Oh.
bye.
Wow, you're checking out. You're done. You're over it.
I'm heading out. It's my never have I ever gone to sleep past 11 during. Don't have any insurance.
Aaron, you look like you're ready to take a back pill and call it a night.
I know.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Personally, anytime you guys want to have me here, I'm
Oh,
available.
Carmela, you're so great. You're gonna be on everything
Yeah.
I ever do.
Yeah, thank
Forever.
God
Oh my
that other
goodness.
porn star left because you really punched your ticket, Carmela.
Oh.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. I don't even know why.
Oh no, it was a mix up. She'll do another one. Okay, we're gonna
She
go
has-
around.
Positioned on the floor.
What? All right,
She
all
did.
right.
We were on the
Church
floor
view.
looking up at her on the couch.
Okay,
Oh,
let's
you
go
weren't saying
around
what
and
to
do
me.
plugs. Kevin, where can people find you?
Online at Kevin Dombrowski. My album High on Molly is available everywhere, and my podcast Just Joking is available everywhere you get fine podcasts.
I love it. Erin.
At Erin Maguire Official on the Instagram. That's M-A-G, Kevin Maguire. And yeah, Dear Pod Official on Instagram also. It's the funniest podcast ever.
I love it. Francis. Oops, I cut you off.
Oh, no. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm the co-host with my partner, April Cattell, on the Resistance is Dumb podcast. And we're on everything, iTunes, Spotify, all that stuff, YouTube, and we have a visual element. And we're versatile. We've done mostly comics, but we got a COVID nurse in. We had a professor of geography. So we bounce all over the place. And it's not completely Star Trek themed, I swear.
I love it. Josh, where can people find you?
People can find me at Josh Denny on all social media. I have the Darkest Hour podcast as well, which Chrissy, you were just on recently.
Oh, it was great. It was a good time. P Dizzle.
Yeah. Yeah, I got lost in his words about the Darkest Hour for a second. I was looking for a joke. CrimeReport.NYC. Just whatever. Crime Report on Compound and Twitter at Pat Dixon, PATDIXON.
And the Clinton Foundation.
Okay,
You're back.
Spell.
Carmela, what parking lot can people find you in?
I'm coming to you. I'm literally coming to you from your computer screen. You can find me anywhere. All my social media is Carmela_Clutch. That's, CARMELA_Clutch. And then also my OnlyFans. I just released an epic scene, 2 back-to-back epic scene threesomes with Rico Strong, Cali Caliente, Luna Star, and Pressure the Porn Star. These are some of my best works to date. Come check it out. It's a lot of fun. Come get to know me on my OnlyFans, Carmela Clutch. You know it is.
Come and get it. Carmela. Yes. All right, guys, this was so great. Thank you, everybody, for coming on and doing
Thanks
it. And
for having
everybody,
me.
follow everybody else. This was so much fun. Love you. Bye.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me. I hope to see you guys all soon. You guys make me laugh hysterically.
Oh,
Can't wait to be on
anytime.
again.
Love you, Carmela.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Good
guys.
seeing you guys.